There's something else that came out from Kevin over the weekend, and it was that Manny Machado, it is likely that he has surgery in the offseason. This was on Saturday. Manny did not play for the third time in six games. Continues to try to get through this season because he's dealing with the tennis elbow. And I've already made my opinion known on this. I think it's best for Manny just to be shut down, or not him to be shut down, but Manny to shut himself down. Because again, I think it's important to note this is not a Padres thing. This is a Manny Machado thing. Like Manny's going to decide if he's going to shut down or not. He has a lot of power in this organization. And Bob, I mean, he's a player manager. He listens to his superstar players. Juan Soto, I think Bob wants to rest Juan Soto, but Juan wants to play every day for 162 games. He wants to get to that number this season. He's made that known, and he's already this far in. So Bob is like, yeah, we'll probably DH him some days, but he's probably going to play every day. Bob is going to listen to his superstar players. That's just how it has been. And so Manny, he's going to keep playing through this. At least maybe he's just playing this out until they're mathematically eliminated, so he can't sit. So people can't say you quit even though you were mathematically still in it. Maybe that's what he's doing, but it feels like he'll take the off days. He'll take a couple days off, a few days off a week, and he just wants to say, "No, I played through the rest of the year with this elbow injury." And I guess it can't get worse, this tennis elbow, for him continuing to play, but I just fear that something else could get hurt with him continuing to play. The season's over, him continuing to play, I don't think there's any positive to him continuing to play. Like, I would rather him just go get the surgery because Kevin says here surgery is considered likely following the season, and it's like a 3 to 4 month time frame to recover from that. So he would be available to be like full go for spring training if everything goes well. The 3 to 4 month timeline here, the recovery before a return to play. So maybe that's why he's waiting for the offseason. Like, I know I have the time. It's not like I have to get it now to be ready for spring training. I can get it in the offseason. But again, I just go back to the risk of him continuing to play and him maybe hurting something else. Should he get the surgery? I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm a doctor. So I don't know if it's worth it to get the surgery. Can it hurt? I don't know if it can hurt him. Maybe it can hurt him because, like Tatis this year, he's kind of weaker because he's playing every day and he just had the surgeries before the season. So there's probably an effect of that. Maybe that's how it hurts him. But I feel like in the long run, it wouldn't hurt him to get the surgery. I know it's different parts of the body, but I can point to like Cody Bellinger. He gets, I think it was a shoulder surgery. And yeah, wasn't that great with the Dodgers. I think the first couple years after the surgery. But look what he's doing with the Cubs now. And Scott Boras, I know, take it with a grain of salt here because Boras is Bellinger's agent, but he's saying like he's just healthy now. This is Bellinger. You guys just didn't see a healthy Cody Bellinger. So maybe Manny gets back to that. Maybe it takes him next year to not be back to like full MVP caliber Manny Machado if he gets the surgery, and maybe he doesn't want that. Or maybe he just doesn't want to have surgery because surgeries suck. And I understand that viewpoint, but if you're going to get the surgery, I'd rather him just go get it now so he has more time to be at full go going into spring training. Like, I'd rather have that. And he's not risking himself hurting something else in his body in meaningless September games. It was like Joe Musgrove getting shut down, Yu Darvish getting shut down. I think it's the right decision because, again, the only thing that can happen is something negative because these games just don't matter to those veteran players who are under contract for the Padres long term. It's not like they're a free agent at the end of the year where the Padres can be like, we'll let you go anyway. Who cares? No, like they need to take care of these guys. These players need to realize it's not about what happens at the end of this season now. It's about what happens going into next season, what happens next season. And for Manny, as I've said previously, for Manny, for Musgrove, for Darvish, for those guys to be productive next season and really help this club make it back to the postseason, they have to be on the field next season. So that's where my mind is on this. Manny, again, it's considered likely, according to Kevin Acee, that there will be a surgery for Manny Machado after the season, 3 to 4 month recovery timeline. At least that's what the recovery timeline was listed here in this article. There's multiple surgery options, the most invasive of which would likely involve 3 to 4 months before that return. Dr. Eric Bowman, an orthopedic surgeon, head team physician for the Nashville Sounds and Vanderbilt University. This is not someone that has operated or looked at Manny Machado. It's just someone that knows about these surgeries. So we'll see what happens, but that's the timeline that we're probably looking at if Manny decides to have that surgery, which, I mean, he probably should have it, but maybe he feels like he can just rehab from it and he doesn't think that it's a big deal. But like Tatis, and again, it's a different part of the body, but Tatis, he didn't want to do the surgery. He rehabbed with the shoulder subluxations and all that. He ended up getting the surgeries. And I think the Padres are in a better spot for that moving forward going into next season. Hopefully, next season can be like a Ronald Acuna Jr. bounce back season because this year, yeah, he's not really himself this season. Like there were good moments from Tatis, but you look at the numbers and they're all down. Hopefully, that's not the case next year as well. And like Bellinger bounces back if Manny does get that surgery.